Well, here in front of behind me actually is Netgear AV, audio video. So we're gonna go check out what they have to offer, and most of these booths, as Pedro let me know, are labeled with Netgear AV right now. So think about connectivity in a huge conference like this. This place is, I don't even know, there's two buildings, right? Or two sections, Central Hall and North Hall. And Netgear is offering all their connectivity, so you might have seen routers and such, but let's go see what they have for audio video, right? So let's go check it out. Netgear AV. I met a gentleman that works here. Your name, sir?
I'm John Hinkle.
John Henkel. Pleasure to meet you. And could you explain what Netgear AV offers to our guests?
So we have, like you said, a range of switches. We have a whole big rack behind you here.
Right.
I think there's more like a dozen or there's a ton of switches here we have. So
Okay.
we've been in networking for 30 years. We've been
Congratulations.
over
Thank
10
you.
years, thank you. 10 years in AV, we say,
Right.
actually. So we are all of our wide range of switches from the M4250 to the 4350 series. And those are all here with different kind of connections, different PoE powers.
Right.
And then our latest thing, also at the top of the rack, that has this cool LCD screen on the top of it there,
Yeah.
touchscreen. That is our new Align controller, and that kind of sits above the network, we're saying, really incorporating a whole bunch of services on there.
Yeah.
So MDMS, PTP, Grandmaster,
Yeah.
clock, and things for 2110 work.
Yeah.
But
so it's all
also,
SIM-T ready.
exactly, SIM-T ready, just on that device itself, the controller.
Right.
But with our Engage software, we use to configure our switches for Dante Audio, like you've mentioned before.
Yes.
That controller can run that Engage controller as well, Engage software,
Right.
but remotely. So you can remotely access that from anywhere.
One thing I was going to ask you, and we were talking, we kind of chatted beforehand. You brought up a really cool point, and I'm a blind individual, as you noticed in McCain, but we talked about color blindness. Could you please share that little quick story with my audience, if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, that's been what I've suffered from my whole life,
Okay.
and it's it doesn't impact my daily life. I will say, of course, but boy, it sure has impacted the way I look at things. And when I look at LEDs, I can't tell the difference. Is it amber or is it yellow sometimes? And then what I think is great about that for our products here, that touchscreen can show you the color of a port. I can tell blue versus yellow, which is great. So you can choose those colors to make it separate enough that you can see, ports 1 and 2 are Dante audio, but ports 3 and 4 are video for something, or QSys video or audio.
Yeah.
So and you can choose those colors versus the factory colors, because those factory colors don't always work for me. And then, early in life, I was limited by my desire to be an electrical engineer, because the resistors have the color bands that I couldn't see. So green and brown looked the same to me. And I might blow up a few circuit boards if that would happen. So I had to switch.
So how long have you been with the company?
I've been with Netgear about 7 years now, just about 7 years.
What's your most favorite thing about a conference like this, to what other events you've experienced in your lifetime with them?
Well, I think for Netgear, what's been great is we have a clear problem we're solving by making this easier for people doing AV. Now AV over IP, so they can configure a switch. So it's the Netgear people we have that make that problem easy to solve. So at trade shows like this, versus pre-Netgear, we had more competition, let's say. And for us, it's just been people loving what we're doing. We're making people's life easier, and that's just such a fun place to be.
I'll ask you this much. What is a entry-level switch from you guys that could help AV?
Well, we have probably our M4250 series.
Okay.
So all the M are the managed switches. So we have M4250, M4350. So our M4250 we came out with, and those are the ones in the rack that have the ports in the back.
Okay.
Because they're usually in AV racks. Right. And those were really about 1 gig applications, and a lot of audio, because audio needs less bandwidth, right? And also for staging, for lighting, for live events as well. Okay. So a lot of touring companies use our M4250 switches. Okay. Those are a great entry point. Okay. And for people doing NDI, they reached out and started using our 4250 switches. And we have half rack width models, like desktop kind of models, and we have full rack width, even 2RU models. So it's a wide range of things to choose from, depending on how much PoE you need, and also what kind of port structure you need.
With that said, what is your big boy, your big product, so to speak?
Yeah, so that we go up to what we call the M4500s, which has been out for a little while now. We'll probably refresh those coming up soon, but I can't comment on that just yet. I just said that.
Exclusive, guys.
Darn it.
Oh, we'll clip that.
But also the M4350. So we have a new model of that we introduced this year that is 16 ports at 100 gigs.
Sick.
and that's just, that's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that sounds incredible. But hey, John, I really want to say thank you so much for explaining the little things. Is there anything that I might have missed that you want to let my audience know before I let you go?
Well, I think the other great thing, if you don't know it, we have a great training academy.
Okay.
And also a professional services that people don't know about. That you could contract us now, put a line item in your BOM to say, I want to make sure that we have tech support when we need it.
Right.
And you can then put that as part of your system install and take advantage of those services.
Fantastic. Well, again, it's a pleasure to talk to you yet again.
Thanks so much.
And thank you. Hey, this is Netgear AV. Go check them out. And if they want to check them out, what website do you go to?
Netgear.com/AV.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And this is why we're here at InfoComm Las Vegas. We'll see them again next year in Orlando, I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll come see you again.
We'll see you there.
But thank you. Netgear AV. Go check them out. It is amazing to see rack mounts of switches and gear all over this place. It is just incredible. And we got to even talk about blindness. Well, color blindness, that is. However, it's the point of detail that someone like myself or others may need to pay attention to. Netgear AV has impressed me with the information they gave me, but not only that, if you have a lot of AV work projects, check them out, netgear.com/AV. And we have a few more minutes, half hour or something. Let's go find out what else we could get into. Thank you.